Divorced after 16 years of marriage and single at 39, I share my mistakes and experiences to help your marriage, improve your dating life, and prepare you for life after divorce. Hey everybody, welcome to the Root Advice Podcast. And this episode is going to be a very special one. It's like one from the archive. And I can't believe I found it because the other day I was cleaning out my hard drive, cleaning up space, and I found a pilot that I filmed back in March of 2019. The pilot was for a YouTube channel I had just started called Dating at 40, and I had interviewed one of my exes. Now, let me kind of set the stage on what's going to happen here, because at the time I had just broken up with one of my toxic exes. It was like the first major heartbreak after my divorce. So I was like learning a lot. I'm like, how can you be so stupid? And I was really upset with myself. But at the time, whenever I get into these like a depression states and I'm really low at myself, I can't drink alcohol. I can't go be destructive and do stupid things like that. I prefer to create. And I'm like, you know what? I don't want any man or any guy to feel what I'm feeling. So let me go ahead and share my knowledge and start this YouTube channel. And it was Dating at 40. I created this episode, this pilot. I put it up on YouTube. It got a lot of traction. It got a lot of great feedback. People were leaving comments. And guess what? The ex called me like a couple months later. She said she wanted to get back with me. I said, okay, I still love you. Let's do this. And she goes, well, you need to delete that channel. You need to delete that channel because you know what? I think it's disrespectful if you have like one of your exes on YouTube and you're interviewing her and you're talking about dating and stuff and you're with me. So you better delete that. And you know what this dumbass did? You know what I did? I actually listened to her because I was that much of a pendejo, like a simp. And I deleted the channel and it was doing really good at the time. It was up maybe 3 months and it already had maybe 2,000 followers. So it was doing very well because again, it's dating advice for people in their 40s. And I'm interviewing my exes and giving advice. So it was a really different format. So people were really enjoying it. So I deleted it like an idiot. And guess what? 3 months later, she dumped me. But the file itself, I found the raw file on my hard drive and I'm like, oh, this is pretty fun because again, it's filmed at a time where, again, I was single. I was interviewing an ex. She was single at the time. Her name is Veronica. And again, fast forward to today, 2024 is what I meant to say. She's now married with a wonderful man. She's moved out of the city. I'm engaged with my love, which, you know, our lives have worked out to be beautiful and we're both prospering and doing well. And I'm very happy for her. We talk on occasion, maybe once or twice a year, nothing major, just like a text like, hey, how's life? Oh, I got married. What's up? You know, so I wish her the best and I wish her nothing but the best, her and her husband and her family. And along with, you know, of course, me and my love, which I couldn't be happier. But this is a pretty cool video because again, in this video, we talk about dating tips again. And I asked from the female perspective, like what do women want to see on a dating profile? Like what pictures do they want to see? What do they want to see in the bio? What tips would you give men who are listening for a first date? What do we wear? How do we behave? Tell us something. We both share horror stories. And believe it or not, at the end of the episode, I asked her, like, why did we break up? And I knew the reason why, but I wanted to hear from her again. And just so the people who are watching and listening can understand how rushing into a situation could be, you know, not the best thing for you. It can feel good. It can, you know, everything just lines up correctly. But if you push it too far, too fast, it can scare people away. So again, there's a lesson in me asking that questions, and I hope you learn from it. And if you're listening to this episode, you are a subscriber to the Revised Spotify podcast. So again, thank you for that. I just recently started this, and I'm going to create more premium content for you, answer your questions directly. I asked on my Facebook page if you want to share your story about your divorce and what you're going through, please email me and send me your story. A lot of people have. So I'm going to be doing a lot of personal interviews with some of my followers from Facebook. And that's going to be under this banner, under the subscription service. So you can have access to that. So again, that's coming this summer. So stay tuned for that. And again, if you love the podcast and you love the advice I'm giving you, and it's made a positive change in your post-divorce life or your dating life, I'd love to hear from you. Please, please, please leave a rating. If you're listening on Spotify, leave a 5-star rating. If you don't think it's 5-star worthy, leave less, but I want to hear feedback. Leave some constructive feedback on why you think it's not good. If it is 5-star worthy, please leave some feedback and let us know how the show has helped you in your life. And again, your support is definitely appreciated. So thank you for that. And without further ado, let's go back, 6-7 years to 2019, back when Rudy was single and just full of life. And let's look at this. Let's listen to this conversation, everybody. I hope you enjoy it. Please take care. Well, everybody, this is a new type of video. I don't know what to title it, but I'd like to introduce everybody to Veronica. She is somebody I dated last year, an ex, I guess. I guess we're gonna use the word ex.
Ex of sorts.
Ex of sorts. Yes, we dated January through maybe I think May of last year. Things didn't work out, but we're great friends. I love her to death. She's been there for me when I needed her. She's a wonderful soul, and I'm glad that it's very rare, right, that people who break up end up like friends. Right. So she's here, and this is going to be something new. I'm going to have females on the show to give you guys the female perspective on dating. So who better to invite than an ex? Oh, Lord. So how are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me on.
That sounds so official, right? Like it's a show. Like, hey, say hi to the audience.
Wait, cheers. Thank you.
Cheers. No, thank you. Thank you so much for being here. And it's cool. So we're just going to talk about things like how we met, dating apps, things like that. And let's start off with that. We met on a dating app. I'm not going to say the name of it, but I think it starts with an M. And
it rhymes with batch.
Batch, yeah. And I think she's the one who reached out to me first. I think because I had a Beetlejuice picture. There's a photo of me, and I'll show it here, of me reading the book of the recently deceased.
Recently departed, my friend.
Deceased.
Departed. It's Book of the Recently Departed. I promise. It says
she's
departed,
wrong.
guys,
she's
right?
Wrong.
Am I right?
She's wrong. Anyway,
right?
Anyway, she commented on that, and I'm like, oh my God, that's my dream woman. Anyone who can get a Beetlejuice reference.
Like it's hard.
You'd be surprised. Anyway, she commented on the photo, and we started talking from there. And then, of course, my charm and personality won her over. And then it was all downhill from there because I ruined it.
When I saw that, I could see that you were somebody who loved movies and had a sense of humor. And, that comes through on a dating app. I mean,
yes.
When it comes to dating apps, what else are you going off of, really? Like, you don't have any context about this person, right?
It's just photos and their bio, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So based on the strength of that alone, I was like, okay, this guy's worth a hello.
He's worth a text. Yeah.
He's worth a hello.
Yeah.
And after that, we just kind of started talking and texting, and it eventually wound up as a meetup, right?
Yeah, we met up, and it's funny because people are get nervous, like you may want to look at the camera every now and then, so you're like staring at me all the time. But
because you're so good looking, I can't.
Oh, thank you so much.
I can't help but stare at you.
So anyway, we met in our first date. I don't get nervous on first dates. I am myself. What you see on TV or on the camera, that's exactly who I am. And I remember I was late to meet her. I was actually doing a video, a film review for the Comic-Con that I was involved in. And I didn't have the right shoes, but I was late, and I go, and there's this beautiful woman. I mean, the great thing was her photos were updated, and she looked exactly the way she looked in her photos. I'm like, oh my God, I'm not catfish, because that's another thing that happens is catfishing on dates. Yes. It's like these old photos and everything.
You told me that.
Yeah, and as a woman, I'm pretty sure you've been catfished too, right?
Actually, no.
Really?
No, I haven't been catfished.
Do women get catfished?
I'm sure some women do get catfished, but I have not.
Oh, that's good.
But I have other stories, but we'll talk about that later.
Okay, cool. So I saw her, and I was late, like I said, because I was filming a Comic-Con review, and some guy was talking to her at the bar, and I'm like, oh, fuck this. I'm going to plant my stance, and I'm going to show everybody who I am. And I walked up and I go, honey, I'm so sorry I'm late. How you doing? What can I get you to drink? And that had her laugh, and we just kind of went from there. But that was my first, I think, comment I've ever said to her, like in person. It's like, honey, I'm sorry I'm late.
You apologized. You said that you were sorry that you were late.
Yeah.
And not only were you sorry that you were late, you were sorry about the shoes you were wearing. And of course, I was not paying any attention to the shoes that you were wearing.
Yeah.
And after you pointed it out, then I looked, and he was wearing sneakers instead of like dress shoes. And then by then I was already like, strike for this guy.
Yeah. I normally have some nice, when I go on dates, I like shoes. Of course, I have the nicest shoes, but I was running late from the con and I had some Nikes on. So that's why I pointed that out, because I'd rather I point it out than she see it later. So I'd rather just make it obvious. So yeah, that's how we... Or
make it an issue when it wasn't even an issue.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. But we hit it off. And like I said, we dated for, for a few months, and it didn't work out, but we still kept in touch. She went on dates and dated some other dudes, and I did my thing. But yeah, we kept in touch because she's just a wonderful soul. And I love the fact that we're still friends and we could talk. And here we are, like almost a year or so later, after breaking up or whatever. We stopped talking. We didn't break up. We just stopped talking.
Yeah, we were never like an official.
Yeah, we never
weren't an
official
official couple, but we did date exclusively for a few months to see how how it would go or whatever. But
yeah,
I really loved him as a person. Yeah. Like, man, he's so cool talks about movies all day long. Just, a lot of fun, and we have great chemistry, and we just talk about anything and everything, and I love it, and he's somebody that I would always want in my life.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that although things didn't work out with us romantically, we still care enough about each other to be in each other's lives and hang out. And just be good friends.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. So you've been dating, like we broke up, or we stopped talking, we'll figure that out. We stopped talking in May, and you were dating. So as a beautiful woman,
right?
How was it like? Give us a little bit of insight of what it's like dating, or what are guys like out there? I mean, what are some like deal breakers that you've encountered, or just what's it been like for you?
Man, well, I really haven't been doing the online thing for quite a while. I think I stopped last November.
Okay.
Probably because it's overwhelming. There are so many options, and for me, it felt like I was people shopping.
It kind of feels that way, right?
Yes. Yeah. Yes, and I mean, you know me now, and I'm not that kind of person. Like, I like to get to know people. I think there's value in everybody, like we don't meet anybody by chance and yada, yada. So just to be like, just swiping felt wrong to me, or somebody would hit me up, and if I ignored them, then I felt bad, but then I also ignored a lot of people too. So it goes both ways. I get that.
Yeah. But let me ask you this. From a woman's perspective, what's the best, here's some tips, guys, from a beautiful woman. What is the best thing a guy can do to get a woman's attention on a dating app?
On a dating app? Well, since it's a lot of photography in your bio, whatever, have just a really nice profile picture. Something that is genuine, something with your teeth flashing, you look happy, easygoing.
Yeah.
Yeah, this man is lucky because he does have a beautiful smile, and I think we can all agree Rudy has a beautiful smile.
Thank you. Oh Lord.
But that for me definitely captures my attention.
A good profile picture.
A great profile picture. Well, yeah, because what else do you have to go off of?
Okay, so a good one. So the guy in front of the mirror showing his abs and shirtless is not the one you want to go with.
No.
Or the douchebag with sunglasses, or like give us some examples of some bad profile pictures.
Well, definitely. Well, I mean, have you seen those yourself?
No, I don't shop for guys. I don't shop for guys.
But you hit the nail on the head. So definitely, I mean, you see the pictures of the muscle heads, right, showing their six pack or whatever, and I mean that doesn't do it for me. I mean, maybe if you're in it for a certain reason, like you're just looking
the D.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you're in it for the D and that's what you're all about. Okay, but for me, I really was in it to meet genuine people, and when you're flexing your abs or you're in your car with your shades down, like,
oh God,
guys, that's not cute. That's not cute. What's really attractive is seeing a man, like, whether if he's into his passion, whether he's, fishing or playing a sport, and he's just smiling ear to ear, and you kind of catch him candid. That shit is fucking, like, you cannot look away from that. It's very attractive.
So the genuine moments of a guy doing what he loves, fishing or at the armory or the gun range.
If the armory.
You know what I meant to say. The gun range. That's what I meant to say.
Yes, there.
You know what I can't stand from a guy's... Oh, go ahead.
The point is to be genuine.
Genuine.
You got the abs. great, but there's other ways to entice women, and it's you can show that you're fit without having to show your abs or to be really forward about it. I mean, women like true women that are really, really into, trying to find somebody that they can relate to and connect with, are not looking at your abs. They're trying to see your soul in your eyes.
Well, maybe for a guy who is built, because obviously it takes a lot of discipline to get to that level, maybe that's all they have to offer. Maybe they don't have a sense of humor. Maybe they're just like, you said passion. Maybe their passion is bodybuilding. I'm just kind of giving these douchebags the benefit of the doubt. So maybe they don't have anything else to offer. Like for me, I knew my best trait, honestly, is my sense of humor. And I like having fun and just laughing. So I wanted my profile to exemplify that. That's why I had dorky pictures. And I think my bio was, what did my bio say? That,
it was a quote from the Kevin Bacon movie. Guys, help me.
Footloose. Yeah, it was Footloose. I go, little known fact about me. I once lived in a town that outlawed dancing, and I once organized.
It was over my head. I didn't even get it.
Dance ever, and you didn't get it.
I got that it was a reference of sorts, but I didn't get from where. But I love humor. I do, and that's something that speaks to me.
Yeah, and that's really my experience, guys. To get dates or just anything, making a woman laugh is probably the most important thing. I don't have abs or anything like that. But making a woman laugh and feel comfortable is the best thing you can do. Because that's one thing I can do is make people laugh. And don't come up with a front. Just be yourself and be natural. Now, they can sense when you're not being natural.
Most definitely.
Being organic is really the best thing to go.
Being genuine. Okay. Whatever you're into, right? You want to be genuine about what you're into, because you're going to attract the sort of woman that is genuine in the same way you are. Ow! Oh, right?
Yes.
Like if you're really into bodybuilding.
Yes.
Okay, and you take genuine pictures about that, you're going to attract the women that
are into bodybuilding.
They're into bodybuilding.
And there'll be that horrible couple that kisses after every rep at the gym. Oh God, that makes me sick.
And then, or you're benching her with her
with her
butt cheeks.
That's the stupidest thing ever.
Well, you're not that couple.
I know, but you're gorgeous and you have an amazing body. There's no way I would want to. You do. I would never want to bench you in public. In the bedroom, that's something else. But in public with everybody to watch.
Yeah, but it's a showing off thing.
It's dumb.
Whatever. The point being is, whatever you're into, be genuine about it, and you will attract like-minded people, like-minded women or men, whatever you're into.
So let's go to the first date thing. We had a great first date. What are some things that a guy would do on a date from a woman's perspective that can totally just kill the night? What have you experienced out there?
That will totally kill the night.
Well, it's like a deal killer. He does something, he says something, it's like, oh, he's one of those blanks or something like that. So what are some deal breakers?
Okay, so I've met some men that from the initial meeting, thought we were a couple.
What? How? You just met.
Exactly. So there was one particular incident where I met this one guy. I will not name names. And I really want to. Anyway, but he was a very attractive man. I spoke with him. We exchanged text messages, right? And then I spoke with him once on the phone. And then I met him at a bar. Yeah. And we hit it off, physically. I was like, okay, I'm feeling this man. He's attractive, whatever. And then I inadvertently let it slip that I was going on a date the following day to a concert with somebody else.
Yeah, to go see Cody Jenkins or something like that. Inside joke. It's inside joke.
I'm into country music, so some country musician, some Texas country musician.
Yeah.
Anyway, so at the very mention of that, he was quiet, right? And it was like, are you okay?
Oh,
and
he got butthurt.
He got butthurt. Yeah. So without saying a word to me, right? He stands up, he throws money on the counter.
Okay.
And I'm like, are you kidding me? Are you leaving? He's like, yeah, I'm very serious. I'm leaving right now. And I was like, what? Yeah. So he's like, when the waitress comes back around, I'm paying this tab and I'm leaving. He didn't even wait for her to come. He left like $40 on the table and he left me there.
Because you had a date the next day.
Because I said that I had a date the following day. And this was me meeting him for the first time that night.
Why would he think that? I mean, he's probably like a young guy who wasn't mature and didn't know any better. Because if you're meeting anybody on the first date, they've got a life. You met him on a dating app, right?
Right.
So you know there's other people he's kind of networking and talking to and filtering out who you want. So
you're
that's
playing
just
the field a little bit. I would think that anybody who is on an online dating site kind of knows that, and that
it's understanding. Yeah.
Right. It's understandable. Like, we're all on the same page. Like, I'm not the first or the last person you're going to meet, but after a few meetings, if you're serious, right, and you're genuine, then everybody else kind of filters out.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, when I'm on a dating app, I'm talking to at least 3 to 4 women. And it's really, that's the other thing I hate about dating apps is I would rather meet people up front in person because I think my personality comes up. I hate that my first impression with a woman is a text. And it's like, hey, good morning. How's it going? I don't know what to say.
But it's always a text. Your first impression will always be a text.
I know, but I hate that.
When you're online dating.
And that's the one thing I hate about online dating, because I remember for a while I would read profiles, right, and read about what they love and all that. And I would respond like, hey, I see you love kayaking. I've always wanted to do that. Where's a good place that you would recommend? It's something stupid, right?
Right.
And that's a horrible opening line. I get that. But that would never get a response. And I remember, fuck it. I'm doing all this research on your bio.
Bonnets in the spring.
Yeah, like tell me where's the best place to pick them. But I would read your bios and I would do research and give you a first text related to your topics. And I would never get a response. You know what finally got responses? Damn, girl, your ass looks nice. Oh, thank you very much. I'm not lying. I had to use that line to get their attention. And I hated that because I'm not like that. I didn't use it on you. We talked about Beetlejuice.
We did. Although, guys,
yes,
there is something to be said for a man that is forward and confident, but not in a cheesy way. But in a way that's like, hey, you appreciate who I am, and in that raw way, but then dial it back a notch.
You need to elaborate. So what do you mean, like?
I guess what I'm talking about is I like a man who's confident and who can say kind of raunchy things like that, but also be genuine and show compassion and caring and be funny and not all about the sex or sexualness.
That's what I do.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like it's the mixture. It's the mixture. It's somebody. Me personally, like, it's somebody who's a little bit of everything. Yeah, I want the guy who's like, damn girl, that ass looks fine. I want to jump on it. And then it's like, hey, have you seen that movie with that guy? And that actor, he's so funny.
These are invaluable tips. I love this.
Well, yes, because you appeal to the multi facets of a woman, if I'm saying that right.
Yeah.
Or just like you like sex, but you like comedy, but you also, you appreciate the stock market if that's your thing, or you like sports. So when you meet somebody who appeals to all these different things, or in the initial meeting, maybe just a couple things, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't that get your attention?
Heck yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So it's not all about the sex. Be funny and be sensual.
Yeah.
Or talk about this, but also talk about that.
That's what I do, though.
Okay, but the thing is,
that's awesome. I'm glad I'm doing it right, though.
You are. Well, that's awesome.
Yeah. So on the first date, let's say this is me. I'm old school. That's chivalry is my passion. If I ask a woman out, I'm paying for everything. I'm talking about the movie, the popcorn, and all that. If she offers to pay something, I'll let her. But if I'm asking a woman out, I'll pay for every single thing. That's just how I roll.
Right.
So when you go out, I mean, what is the expectations of a woman? That's just me. But from a woman's perspective, do you expect the guy to pay everything? And when he doesn't pay, does it kind of kill his facade?
Yes and no.
Okay.
And I have experienced both.
Okay.
So I'm a 21st century woman.
Oh, excuse me.
Right? Yeah. I like to consider myself independent. I can take care of myself.
Like Beyonce paying your bills and...
Exactly.
Yeah. What's that song? I bought it. I liked it. And never mind. I'm not into
I don't know. I like Texas country. That Cody guy.
That Cody Jenkins guy.
Cody Jinks. Anyway.
Whatever the hell his name is. But anyway, your point.
So again, it's a little bit of both. I mean, I'm always kind of middle way. If a man asks me out, I would expect that he would pay. Now, if we're dating, right, and we've been on a few dates, I want to surprise him by paying. Mm-hmm. I want
that would be sweet.
I want to pick up the ticket every now and then, yeah, because I want to show my appreciation. Because
that'd be sweet.
I believe that we're going to contribute equally if this winds up being something. And also, I feel like as a woman now that we can do whatever a man can do, mm-hmm. right? Why shouldn't we pay for stuff? I'm not saying that women need to pay or that we should be paying. But I think it's a nice gesture on our part when men typically are the ones to pay that we pick up the tab on occasion.
Should a woman pay anything on the first date?
It depends who asks.
If I ask you, which I did, I think I did pay everything, but okay, let me rewind.
I think you did. I did.
Yeah, I did.
But yes, I would expect you to pay. If we're meeting for the first time online, mm-hmm. I would expect you to pay.
Okay.
I would.
Now, the last topic I want to talk about is sex on the first date. Now, personally speaking for myself, full disclosure, we didn't have sex on our first date because we didn't. I thought there was something special about her. And I think, honestly, having sex or doing something sexual on the first date kind of kills everything because there's no hunt or adventure from a guy's perspective. And it kind of kills the excitement about it. I wanted to learn more about her and talk to her more before we did anything because, damn, just look at her. But anyway, sex on the first date. I know I've dated women where I've had sex on the first date and they text me the next day, oh, I'm not like that. It's something I never do, which is bullshit. But,
yeah, you're like that.
Yeah, it's bullshit. Or like, I don't know what happened. I was just, was very comfortable, whatever. I hear it a lot. So from a woman's perspective, I blame Sex in the City because women are way more aggressive now sexually, and they're the aggressive ones, which I'm fine with. I fully support. I love women, and they rev my engine. But from a woman's perspective, as Sex on the First Date, what are your for sex on a first date, like, what are your thoughts on that? Like, when is it good? When is it not? Or acceptable? Does it ruin relationships in your experience? What do you think?
No, not necessarily. I think it piggybacks off the money thing.
You said piggybacks off. Anyway, go ahead. What? Piggyback what?
Off the money thing. So in the same vein, if a woman can pick up the check every now and then why can't a woman initiate sex? Why can't it be about sex? I think what it really boils down to is two people is the communication, really. Right? So like say if you really hit it off with somebody, you have to be honest with yourself, first of all. If you're in it just for sex, and you really don't, you're not feeling it, but you just want to have sex, then okay, that's one thing.
But it kind of kills the guy. I mean, the prospect of this person, because when you have sex with a guy when you have sex with a guy on the first date, does it kind of kill the future relationship with this person? I've never had where it succeeded or it led to something, because it's like I put them in an immediate category of like, hey, I did you in the first night. It's like, I'm not gonna take you seriously.
Yeah, okay, and I totally understand that.
Yeah,
and I hear where you're coming from,
yeah.
But again, because women are more independent these days, and the whole Sex in the City, and we're more aggressive, and like, hey, maybe I just maybe that's all I wanted. You know, like, I mean, there's two intentions here, man.
Well, that's true. I mean, and I love how you said that because, again, you're a woman. Honestly, now that yeah, she is. I am scared, to be totally honest. Going out on dates, sometimes I'm terrified because I don't want allegations to come about. And I know I'm bringing up a sour topic, but I don't want to be too aggressive sometimes because I don't want things to come back and get me. Because you've seen the tweets and stories where someone's aggressive and he did this to me, made me feel this and that. So I am terrified nowadays because I don't know what's right or what's wrong. But if there's a genuine chemistry and mutual, bond between two people, I'm going to go with it. But most times I hold back because I don't want anything to come back at me. I'm just very cautious when it comes to that.
So I think you are correct in holding back. I think when we meet somebody for the first time, we're just getting to know somebody. So regardless of what your intentions are, whether it's, just for a piece of ASS or ish. There's the silent H there. Ish. Or like you're really truly trying to meet somebody, and find a partner, whatever. The first meeting is just kind of scoping it out, right?
Yeah.
So when you kind of give it all away on the first date, it kind of puts you in a sticky situation.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you can, I would refrain to that so that you have a better understanding of whether or not you want to pursue that.
Yeah, and that makes sense. And I totally get that. It's just like, nowadays, it's just so scary sometimes. That's why I...
Not to mention all the diseases out there.
Oh, yeah, like...
you want to wrap it up.
Yes, wrap it up. Safe sex, people. Safe sex. Okay, so to wrap up, I definitely want to have you back so we can talk more about our dating, rendezvous and, experiences. But I think everybody's excited or curious from an ex. How was it like dating me? Because I'm single now. I'm back on the market, hence just making this channel and going out. So what was it like dating me? How good was I in bed?
Are you really asking me that question?
I'm kidding. I'm going to cut that out.
He's only half kidding.
I'm only half kidding.
I know he really wants to know.
Yeah. I was a solid 5 out of 10. I'm sorry. Let me start off. I loved every minute with you. You're fun. I love the fact that you got my Beetlejuice reference and had a wonderful time. I didn't get all the country music that you loved, but you introduced me to a new genre of music. We laughed all the damn time. We really did. We had a great time. I think I got a little needy at the end, which is on me. I think I wanted to jump the gun, and she's always saying, let things happen organically, babe. And I should have been more patient. That's why it didn't work out. Say that. Yeah, I use that word now, organically. You probably heard it in the video, but yeah, so I learned a lot, and I'm grateful that we're still friends and we still, have a connection here. But what was it like? I mean, any feedback or anything at all? What did I do wrong? Or what did I do right? Oh my God,
you're totally putting me in the spotlight.
Yes. You only got 2 minutes, so good.
No pressure.
Yeah. If you don't, I can cut that out. If you don't want to answer, it's fine.
It's okay. No, just I had fun with you. I laughed with you. I laughed a lot with him. We obviously get along very well. We get each other's jokes and references. I think maybe it was a little too much too soon for me.
Yeah, I know it was.
Yeah. Apparently, I'm a sucker for the push and pull. I'm a sucker for you can have it and the chase. I guess the chase is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I don't get that reference, but I'll nod in my head and go, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just talking out my butt. But no, really, I think it was a lot too quick.
It was a lot too quick, yeah. Because there's so much charisma and character. Not many people can handle that initially.
Right.
I'm kidding. But no, I saw so much potential with us, and I pushed the gun. And that's one thing, if I can, not a tip, but if I can offer any advice to anybody, is that if you see, if you're with somebody and you're hitting it off and you're doing great, just be patient. Let it happen organically. Just take your time with it and let it happen naturally. And that's really where it's going to blossom, and just learn from that one mistake that I made. But just be patient with it, and when it happens, it happens. Women are like cats. You try to run and grab it, they're going to run off, and that's what happened with her.
Not that I'm into cats. I just, it's all about taking your time.
Patience, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Okay, so this is dating at 40, right? So this is not anybody's first rodeo. We've all been through previous relationships.
We've all had lives.
So for me personally, I don't want to rush into anything because I've already been through the bad ones, and I know that I don't want to rush into another bad one. So my thing is really about taking my time, really getting to know somebody. I have a lot of chemistry with Rudy. I love him to pieces, but when he and I were dating, it was too much too quick for me. especially have coming off a relationship about a year after, you know, and a bad one at that. So I had a sour taste in my mouth, and that's not something that I wanted to experience again. Not to put it all on you, but definitely some of it was me, because again, I had that experience, you know, a bad one where I kind of locked myself and I felt trapped, and I didn't want to do that again by rushing into things too quickly. And so I left you alone.
You did. You did.
And you've blossomed into this beautiful butterfly.
This was fun.
Yes.
This was a lot of fun. Thank you for doing this. And I'm going to definitely have Veronica on more often to give the female perspective on dating. She's wonderful. It's very insightful and brilliant. And thank you so much for coming on.
You're welcome. Cheers.
All right, cheers. You finished your glass.
I finished my wine.
Look at you.
You have to when you're talking to him.
What the hell does that mean? Jeez.
I want to thank you for watching. If you haven't done so already, please follow the show on whatever platform you're listening on. If you're watching on YouTube, please hit the subscribe button, like the video, and also leave some comments. Let me know if you thought the information in this video was helpful in any way. Also, keep in mind I have an entire catalog of other episodes regarding cheating, life after divorce, dating after divorce, how to survive a breakup, all listed there for your help. So please watch and let me know what your thoughts are.